to get too deep tonight. We'll save that for tomorrow. We've had long trips to get here. But we did just want to say a few words. My name is Jen Loving, and I work at Destination Home. And I want to just say, first and foremost, my heart is so full with all of you being here. We, at Destination Home, we're a small team here in San Jose. There's about 13 of us. And about half of our staff have lived experience of homelessness. And folks went to conferences over the last couple of years and came home and said the only conference that we feel good and supported is the one put on by National Coalition for the Homeless. Can we have the NCH team? Can they stand? Donald, Megan, everyone? So they agreed to help us and teach us how to put on our very first conference and the first ever lived experience conference on the West Coast. How many people got here today and did not have to take an airplane? How many people had to take at least 2 hours to get here on the airplane? Not counting delays. You guys, it rains once a year in California. It was today. How many people had to travel 3 hours? What about 4 hours? Over 6 hours? Oh my God. Who is this? This is the first time in California. What about first time at a conference? What about who here has lived experience of homelessness? Can I ask you that again and film it? That was pretty cool. Does anyone mind if I do that?
Please.
Who here has lived experience of homelessness? This is going to be an amazing 3 days. Looking at the agenda, looking at the power and the brilliance coming out of these workshops, I cannot wait. So I just want to say one more thing, which is, I'm sure you've met some of the Destination Home team, but the real wind beneath all of this was our colleague Claudine Sapili. The director of Lived Experience and Innovation at Destination Home, and she's also a veteran. Thank you, Claudine, for your service. Thank you to all of our veterans for your service to our country. And I'd like to invite up a Destination Home board member and ambassador for the Enneagram Prison Project, Alex Senegal.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Y'all all right up there? All right, because I'm not up here not yet anyway, okay? But look here, one thing I need y'all to do right quick. Can you tell the person next to you that they awesome? Okay, good, that was all right. Now can you tell the person on the other side of you that they're powerful? Okay. Now, can you tell the other person at the table you ain't said nothing to that you awesome? Now tell the other want a preacher to preach good, you get some amens or something. So if you want a speaker to speak good, you give them a clap when it needs to be clapped. They all right? Is that all right? Well, I didn't come to preach, but the only thing I ever done talking for 30 minutes was preaching, okay? They done gave me 30 minutes with a microphone, all right? Do I know what to do with this 30 minutes? We're going to find out. We're going to find out today. Okay, awesome. So first of all, my name is Senegal, and I'm a board member of Destination Home. I work for the Enneagram Prison Project. I'm a minister over at Bible Way Christian Center. I'm a director over at the Destiny Reentry Program. And I got many more hats that I wear in the community. And I wear these hats because I care about people, all right? Is that all right? Do anybody else care about people? At least I'm in the right place. I know that much. So they told me to come and get this mic and to welcome y'all, all right? So on behalf of the National Coalition for the Homeless and Destination Homes, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the first annual West Coast National LEABsv Leadership Conference. Come on, y'all, give yourself a hand. Yeah, the first annual National Leadership Conference, amen? Look, this is a very historic event. This is a very historic event. It's the first time this conference is on the West Coast, all right? But it's also a historic event because it's a testament. It's the testament when people who have a heart for other people come together, what they can accomplish, all right? This is a testament of what can be done when people who have a heart of gold for other people, when they have compassion for other people. See, this is also a call to action. Okay? I don't know what kind of conferences y'all been to. I know what kind I've been to. I've been to some conferences where people sit there and they didn't say nothing. I've been to conferences where they go to this session and that session and couldn't wait for this session to be over with, and then they missed the rest of the conference. I've been to conferences where people just didn't say nothing to the next person. But that's going to be this conference, all right? That won't be this conference, because you just told the person next to you that they was awesome, right? You just told the person next to you that they were powerful, right? You just said you was awesome and you're powerful. Well, we're going to see. Show me, because see, this is a conference where we're called to action. See, this is a conference that's going to be interaction. It's going to be very interactive. It's also a conference to wake you up. It's a conference to wake you up and let you know that you matter. It's a conference that lets you know that you matter. We are the difference makers. The solution to our epidemic problem that we have, the solution is sitting right up in here. Right up in here. We are the solution. But it's time. It's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to really start taking our place and making a difference. We got to quit looking to the government, because they already have shown and proved to us that we don't mean nothing to them. They want to criminalize you because you don't have a place to live, and the reason you don't have a place to live is because the government made it to where it's impossible to get a place to live. Come on, somebody. So who's going to fix this situation? Say it again. I still can't hear you. Say it from your chest there, all right? Yes, we are. We are the solution. And it's time to rise up. It's time to be the difference makers. And this conference is the reason why. And it's proof that we can make it happen. It's proof that we can make it happen. You know, somebody had only been to a conference like this on the East Coast, and they was wondering why we don't have one. And that's a good question. Why didn't we have one sooner? Can I read something to you right quick? The homeless population in California as of January 2024 is 186,000 people. 186 unsheltered individuals, which is an 8% increase since 2022. But at the same time, from 2015 to 2022, there had been a 13% increase. So there has been some changes, but not enough. California has the highest population of unsheltered people per capita in the nation. Santa Clara County has a population of 9,903 as of January 2024. 9,000 unsheltered individuals. Well, let me say it like this. 25% are in shelters. 75% are unsheltered. We're talking about over 6,000 men, women, children are unsheltered. Now, I don't know about y'all, but earlier today it was pouring down rain. And I didn't even want to go outside. But there's people living outside in that. They didn't have a choice to stay inside. And who cares about that? We do. Come on, y'all. We are the ones that have to care about that. We are the ones that has to start using our voices to make this change. You see, this conference, that's what makes it historic. Because this conference is a war cry. Y'all don't hear me though. This conference is a war cry. This conference is a conference that I hope will equip you, will motivate you, will encourage you, and develop you to realize you are the difference makers. You know, I got my dear friend of mine. I remember about 4 years ago, he was saying, "Man, you need to come to this board meeting." I'm like, "Well, I don't have no time to be doing that." I didn't have no time because I was doing all this other stuff. He says, "No, but you need to do this. They need to hear your voice." You know, 4 years ago, Buck was serious about me being a part of LEAB. And I love Buck, and he's sitting right over there. And if it weren't for Buck being so determined, I would not be standing here right now. I would not be using my voice to make a difference. But you see, because Buck was so determined, you get a ripple effect. You get a ripple effect. And I say that so we can each realize how important you are. How important it is for you to go and share your story. How important it is to use your voice. How important it is. You see, I heard this phrase and I thought it was pretty cool. It says, "Nothing about us without us." Nothing about us without us. What the heck are they talking about? Was you see this here? This conference wouldn't be going on without us. You see, but it's got to go a little further than that. You see, it should be no policies made without us. There should be no laws determined without us, all right? There should be no budget designed and created without us. You see, we have to start finding our way to every table, every room, and we got to start using our voices to make the difference that is needed in this war that we're fighting. You see, we're at epidemic portions of unsheltered individuals. We're at epidemic portion. And so this oppressive systemic system that we live in does what it always do. It does what it always do. You see, I remember when there was a crack epidemic. They put a war on drugs. And then they criminalized addiction. They criminalized people that were addicts. And then next thing I know, in 2010, guess what I found in the DSM? Addiction. Addiction is a diagnosis. It's a mental health diagnosis. Now all of a sudden they had to start undoing what they did. Why did they criminalize addiction? Because they didn't know what else to do. They didn't know what else to do. Why are they criminalizing homelessness? Because they don't know what else to do. You see? They do, but they don't want to. They do, but they don't want to. So therefore, who know what to do? Who know what to do? And that's why it's time to rise up. That's why it's time to rise up and be the difference makers in your community. This conference, it has many reasons to be historical. And you are a part of it to make it that way. And since you are a part in the beginning of something that's going to blow up and is going to blow up people's minds, give yourself a hand clap. I also know that it takes all of us. It takes all of us. And there's one thing I live by. And this one puts me at all the different tables that I go to, all the rooms. Because when I enter into these rooms, there's no big eyes and no little U's. I don't see nobody better and greater and smarter than me. You see, and it's so easy for me to do it. I got 26 years of incarceration. You see, I came off and I was about that life. I was about that life. But then I had a calling on my life. And that calling supersedes anything else I ever done. And that's what qualifies me. So what qualifies you? What qualifies you to sit at those tables? To see yourself as equal, if not higher and better. But because there's no big eyes and no little U's, if you bring your voices to these tables that where changes is being made, changes are being discussed, changes are, all the decisions are being made, we need to be at those tables. And this conference today is the war cry. And I hope somewhere that it lands on the ears of each and everybody, each and every person here, to realize that you're the answer. You're the solution. Now, I know people are busy. I know people don't have time for this and time for that. Because I know life is a struggle. Trust me, life is a struggle. But because my heart is there for these individuals who are suffering, who's being oppressed, who's being thrown away. We got human lives being thrown away. They mean more to me than my busyness. They mean more to me than my busyness. And it doesn't matter if I can just wake up every day and I can be the hope for somebody else. When people ask, who am I? I say, I'm somebody else's hope. Every single day. But this conference is historical for the simple fact that everything about this conference in the next 3 days that you're going to experience has been designed, thought out, planned out by people with lived experience. The logistical plannings, the session themes, and even people that is going to be presenting the sessions.
our lived experience. See, this is a testament. It's a testament of what can be accomplished. It's also a character builder. It's also to say, what my bishop used to tell me, he said, you got an opportunity to put some hands and feet to your faith. We talk about it, but can you be about it? We talk about it, but can you be about it? See, the time is now to start being about it. The time is now to look at what you believe and really believe. Is to start to put some hands and some feet, some action behind it. Now, you know, you ain't got to believe like I believe, but whatever you believe in, put some hands and feet behind it, all right? You're here because something touched your heart. Something touched your heart to say, I need to be there. And you made it happen. Some people came from a long ways away. I live here in San Jose, but I just got off a flight like about 3:30 this morning coming from visiting my grandson in Ohio. So I know what that feels like, flying way across the country. Matter of fact, I thought it'd be a good excuse to say I can't make it. But I got what is called a nevertheless spirit, see? Yeah, I got a nevertheless spirit. It doesn't matter what it feels like, no matter what it looks like, no matter what I think about it. I'm nevertheless, not my will, but your will gonna be done. See, this conference here, it's an opportunity for action, like I said. And the theme for this conference is power in unity. Mobilization for action. See, there's power when we come together. I mean, I can say one or two people, but when we come together and we start collaborating, collaboration is so important. And one of the things about this conference that I'm hoping that people will collaborate. That was one of the reasons I wanted you to start talking to each other already even more. And if there's somebody you don't know, talk to them. Reach out to them. Find out what they're doing. Find out where they work. Find out where they live. We can learn strategies. We can get ideas from one another. And that's what makes a difference. Because it's not a me problem. It's a we problem, all right. You see, so we have to stop being so standoffish. We got to stop acting like we're strangers to one another. We got to stop acting like there's not a problem. We got to accept the fact that we're facing an epidemic. And I am the solution. I'm determined to be the solution. I read 2 weeks ago, and I think within the last 3 weeks, 2 13-year-olds died, unsheltered. That hurt my heart severely. That is criminal. That is criminal. Why is it happening? Why is it happening? Because we are not at those tables. And not only where these budgets are being made, are decided. And not only that, we're settling. We're settling for less. We're settling for a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. See, we're settling for millions when we need billions. Come on, y'all. It's going to take, they want to give you a budget for $2 million. Okay, what is that going to do? $50 million. What is that going to do? We need $9 billion to start making a difference because this is an epidemic. See, if you see yourself small, and if you see the situation small, you accept small. But today, And these next few days, I hope you start seeing yourself big. I hope you start rising up. I hope that in your spirit and in your soul and in your heart, you say, I am going to make the difference and I'm not going to settle for less, because we got a serious situation going on. It's so serious. And something has to be done. And we got to quit waiting for someone else to do it. This conference right here is really powerful. It's powerful to the fact that each person that's sitting here was chosen for such a time as this.
Come on here.
Each person sitting on the sound of my voice was chosen for such a time as this. And I know that with all my heart and soul. You were chosen to fight this war. You were chosen to solve this epidemic. You were chosen to use your voice, your ideas, your thoughts, and most of all, your lived experience to make a difference and overcome this war. We have called leaders from all parts of the country. People came from all parts. Why? Because unsheltered is not just a California problem. It's not just a Santa Clara problem. It is a national problem. But we have leaders who came because they care. And my hopes is, for this conference, that everybody collaborate together. That we do gain different strategies. Because what they've been doing is not working. And that we gain these strategies and that we don't leave here talking about, oh, that was a good conference. Or what they talk about, that's just a good conference. No, none of that. It's going to be a good conference, I'll guarantee you that. Okay, that's a given. But the difference is that you take what you learn, you take what you heard, you take what you share, and you take it back where you're going, and you start to put it into action. This is a call to action. All the talking has been talked, said, ain't nothing been done. And that's over. For such a time as this, each one of you have been called to make a difference. We no longer can sit back waiting for the next person. We no longer have time to sit back thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't qualify. I think I seen almost the whole room raise their hands when Jen asked who have experience. That's your qualification right there. That's your qualification right there. But I also know that some of us still got some scars. Some of us still got some hurt and some pain. But I will say this in closing. I have never been more healed, restored. I have never found more joy and never had a greater purpose than when I went to help someone who was suffering from the same thing I've been delivered from. If you want to be healed, you'll reach out and you'll bring somebody else along. We are the difference makers. So my hope is that each one of you come with a great expectation. Each one of you leave knowing that you are somebody, knowing that you are powerful, knowing that you are the solution, knowing that you are awesome, knowing that you will make the difference and do what is needed to solve this epidemic we got going. I want to thank everybody and I hope you enjoy your next few days.